Back now.
Remember one time, and I think it was 10th grade, and we were at Sky Jazz. That's the thing called festival or APA, whatever. They call it festival. And I just totally missed this thing. I just missed a lot of partials. And I made like a face like, and afterwards, the director goes, "You're supposed to look at the person next to you." I was like, oh yeah. All right, here we go. Allegro maestoso. Three counts. 1, 2.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Jacksonville University 2021 College of Arts and Sciences Commencement Celebration. At this time, the presentation of the colors will be conducted by the Jacksonville University Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps. We ask you all now to please stand and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Please parade the colors. Dean, are you ready? Please join JU Class of 2021, Mr. Daniel Passanti, as he leads us in our country's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please post the colors. Everyone, please be seated. To get us off on the right foot this beautiful morning, would you join me in a round of appreciation for Mr. Daniel Passanti and that rendition of our national anthem? Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Cost, Jacksonville University class of 1981, and a proud graduate on these grounds of this College of Arts and Sciences many years ago. On behalf of the entire university family, it's my distinct honor to welcome you all to campus today. Isn't it nice to be back among real people? Welcome. Nice to see you all. Thank you for spending your Mother's Day with us. Happy Mother's Day. It's a testament to the resilience of this group of young women and men and the faculty and the staff of this university that we're able to gather here this morning to celebrate on such a beautiful morning in a historic place. These past 15 months have brought us now very well understood but unprecedented challenges. But it's allowed us to see and support and celebrate such triumphs of the human spirit among this class that we're so proud of. As we gather under these historic oak trees today, where so many have graduated for so many decades, we remember the dolphins of the past who've walked these grounds, and we celebrate the incredibly bright future of these young people in front of us. Thank you again to Daniel for offering his voice this morning. We'd also like to thank pianist Skylar Miller, who today is receiving his Bachelor of Music in Piano Performance and a Master of Business Administration. And we want to thank our brass choir from the Linda Barry Stein College of Fine Arts under the direction of Chris Creswell. Chris, thank you for the beautiful prelude and processional music. If you're interested, and I hope you are, you can turn to page 3 and see the names of all the talented musicians who are sharing their gifts with us this morning. Thank you as well to our superb bagpiper, another JU grad, Michael Thomas, JU class of 1996. And to a gentleman who I hope will stand among the faculty, your senior mace carrier today and the ceremonial head marshal of today's event, who's celebrating 52 years of service to our university. If he would stand, Dr. S. Walker Blanton. Doc? Thank you. We're pleased now to offer our invocation in the form of a poem. I'm pleased to introduce one of our brightest stars, class of 2021 graduate, Ms. Barb Guerin. Barb's graduating today with her Bachelor of Arts in History and a minor in Kinesiology. She's the editor-in-chief of Aquarian, our Jacksonville University literary arts magazine. This magazine is completely run by our students. It showcases the extraordinary work of our students in poetry, fiction, nonfiction, drawing, painting, ceramics, photography, sculpture, and more. So please join me in welcoming forward for our invocation one of your classmates, Ms. Barb Guerin. Barb?
Thank you, President Cost. It's an honor to be here this morning to celebrate with our graduates, our families, and our esteemed guests. It is truly a momentous day as we gather together to finally celebrate the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. I would like to open our ceremony with the words of American poet Ralph Waldo Emerson, entitled "To Have Succeeded." To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful job. Thank you, Barb. It's great to start the day with Emerson or Thoreau. Ladies and gentlemen, on this special day, as we applaud the tremendous success laid out in front of us, please allow me to draw your attention to the flags that are flying on the platform directly behind me. These flags represent all of the home countries of our graduating class here this morning, including the United States, of course, but from all around the globe, from Belize and Brazil to Ghana, Montenegro, and the United Kingdom. Over the course of our 87 years as an institution of higher learning, we've graduated students from all 50 United States and more than 100 countries from around the world. It's who we are. The diversity of our graduating class is consistent with our university motto, Fiat Lux, or Let There Be Light. And just as important as the places from which all these students today have come are the even greater places we know they're going to go. At this very moment, alumni of Jacksonville University are living and striving and thriving all around the world in thousands of locations, whether it's at places like St. Patrick's Cathedral or Mercedes-Benz, Google or Amazon, NBC, Major League Baseball, the United Nations, on Broadway, even here at our university, and in many of the top graduate schools in the world from Washington, D.C. to London. So today we award Jacksonville University degrees to 205 members of the class of 2020, welcome back, and 237 members of the class of 2021. I can tell you these students are dedicated, hardworking, resilient, and have the highest integrity. We also have 6 exemplary students who are receiving both a bachelor's and a master's degree today, including our first ever graduate receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Arts in Marine Science. And through the cooperation of our athletic department and our National Class Athletic Director, Alex Ricker-Gilbert, we're pleased and proud to be able to welcome members of a couple of our Division I athletic teams here today who've been competing all around the country and have been able to make it here this morning to join us. Our nationally ranked Jacksonville University women's lacrosse team under Coach Mindy McCord is here. They're fresh off winning the ASUN championship just yesterday. This makes our nationally ranked women, who are up to number 9, back to back to back to back champions of the ASUN. So you can't do much better. Congratulations, ladies, and welcome, just achieving the best record in the history of the program. Welcome to this ceremony today. Also joining us among the Division I athletics is our very successful Jacksonville University men's lacrosse team under Coach John Galloway. This is the winningest class in the history of our program, and the only class to ever carry our university to 4 consecutive Southern Conference Championship appearances. Men, welcome. Every student walking across this stage today joins the nearly 40,000 Jacksonville University graduates, dating all the way back to our origins in the 1930s. So we warmly welcome all of you, class of 20 and 21. We're also very excited to welcome our keynote speaker today, a stellar legal mind and a tireless advocate for our community, State Attorney for Florida's 4th Judicial Circuit, the Honorable Melissa Nelson. We're honored to have her join us, and we'll all hear from her in just a few minutes. We're excited to have her here. We're fortunate to have a beautiful morning, but it's going to get warmer today. So if it's all right with you, I will cut my remarks down to 2 minutes. Is that agreeable? Yeah? Who's the one of you who said no? Well, I can revoke your degree. All right, 2 minutes. To our graduates, I offer you my warmest congratulations. You are a tenacious bunch. You've weathered unbelievable trials no one could have expected, and you've demonstrated work ethic and class and a ton of talent. We challenge you to do better, to adapt and to excel, and you answered that call with distinction. And as a fellow alum, I'm grateful. You're the reason that many of us up on this stage believe our global future is bright. I'll pay you the highest compliment one alumnus of Jacksonville University can pay another. You came here and you made this place better. This is a better university than the one you came to several years ago, and I thank you for that. With your insights and energy, we expanded the offerings of our 4 colleges, our 5 schools, our 2 institutes, to match the 21st century global demands and challenges. With your help, we invested in robotics, marine sciences, engineering, cybersecurity, data analytics, healthcare sciences, nursing, artificial intelligence, aviation, public policy, finance, just to name a few. And you were key to that expansion. And that's in concert with our core belief in the liberal arts and sciences. It is who we are, it's who we've always been, and we believe in the liberal arts education. Our goal is straightforward and always has been, to challenge your intellect and equip you with the knowledge and skills to compete, to encourage your exemplary character and work ethic, and then to turn you loose to take on the world. So as you look around this morning, please know this is your legacy. You belong here. This is not the same university you joined. It's better because of you. To the family and friends who are here in the sun in the back, thank you all for being here this morning. Congratulations. This is your sacrifice and your celebration as well. To our dedicated faculty who have adapted and persevered in the face of extraordinary challenges in teaching and technology, my sincere thanks to all of you who've come today for your scholarship, your leadership, and your partnership as we've made it through a challenging 2020 and now into 2021, and to our university staff. Thank you for all you've done to make this university what it is in trying times. I'd like now to introduce the university leadership, beginning with three representatives we're pleased to have here this morning, three representatives of our Board of Trustees, if they would stand briefly as they're announced. First, trustee, longtime JU supporter, business leader and community steward, the legendary Mr. J.F. Bryant. Trustee, JU alumna in higher education, consulting entrepreneur, Ms. Cynthia Chomiak. And trustee, JU alumna and president of the Community Foundation of Northeast Florida, class of '80, Ms. Nina Waters. Thank you all for being here this morning. Now it's a privilege to introduce your senior academic leadership team, if they would please stand briefly. Senior Vice President, Chief Academic Officer and Provost, Dr. Christine Sapienza. Vice Provost, Dr. Sherry Jackson. Your Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Matthew Corrigan. Dean of the Brooks Rehabilitation College of Healthcare Sciences, Dr. Mark Tillman. Dean of the Davis College of Business, Dr. Barbara Ritter. Dean of the Linda Berry Stein College of Fine Arts, Dr. Tim Snyder. Executive Director of our Marine Science Research Institute, Dr. Quentin White. Director of our Public Policy Institute, Mr. Rick Mullaney. Now I'd like to introduce our cabinet, if they would please stand briefly. Senior Vice President and Dean of Students, Dr. Christy Gover. She always gets the biggest cheer. So. Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Randy Freeborn. Senior Vice President for Economic Development and a proud JU alumna, Ms. Margaret Dees. Senior Vice President for Strategic Operations, Mr. Scott Bacon. Senior Vice President and Athletic Director, today receiving his Master's of Business Administration after traveling yesterday with both of the lacrosse teams, Mr. Alex Ricker-Gilbert. Alex. Senior Vice President for People and Culture, Chief Compliance Officer and Legal Counsel, Ms. Alana Forte. Vice President of Finance and Business Operations, Dr. Matt Swanson. Commanding Officer of our Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps, we're honored to have with us Captain Dan Gillen. Offering our invocation this morning, whom you just met, class of '21, Dr. Barb Guerin. Thank you. Ms. Barb Guerin. I just made you a doctor. Wow. Congratulations. Yeah. She just skipped over a lot of years. Offering our benediction this morning, JU class of 2020, Mr. Francis Hollop. Thank you. Delivering our alumni welcome, very pleased to have JU class of 1988, Chair of the College of Arts and Sciences Advisory Board, Mr. Frank Mante. Frank, thank you. A special thanks to all of our President's Parents Council and supporters that are here this morning. Great names, Rudolante and Gallo and so many others. They've helped become, for us, a right arm, our chance to work with them to look for improvements in this university. And I'd like to thank the College of Arts and Sciences Advisory Board and all the help that they've been providing under the leadership of Dean Corrigan, especially Mr. Frank Mante, who chairs, and the First Lady of the University, Stephanie Cost, who serves on that board. To all those of you who've invested in Aspire or Legutum Sama or any of the other things that we put in place to begin to gather together resources, I thank you. And now, before I invite our board vice chair to offer you a brief welcome, you know, it's been a year where we've all lost loved ones. It's been a challenging year in so many ways where we couldn't hug those we wanted to be near for so long. A number of people instrumental in the growth of the modern Jacksonville University have passed away in the past year. They became titans, and I want to mention just a few of them very briefly. Bob Shercliffe, Bill Gay, Andy Moran, Greg Nelson. These people formed the fabric. They were philanthropists and leaders. They were volunteers. They served on boards. They believed in private higher education, and they believed in Jacksonville University. We can never thank them. Bob Shercliffe alone, 90 years. Bill Gay helped construct most of these buildings. Greg Nelson, the entire north side of campus. Andy Moran, 8 members of his family have graduated from this university. So I hope we'll remember them. But in particular, I want to mention one person briefly, a woman who came here in 1958. If you don't know this name, it's graduation day. It's a good day for you to commit it to memory. I think you all do know her. She came here in 1958 for a one-month assignment, and 62 years later, she still formed the culture and the curriculum and the entire vibe of this entire campus and this university. Dr. Frances Bartlett Kinney passed away at 102 years old, Mother's Day, 2020. And there was no greater advocate for higher ed or for this university than Fran Kinney. And many of us up on this stage shook her hand the day we graduated. And she told us to go out into the world and do great things. She told every graduate that. But of course, every one of us thought she was just speaking to us. So I ask you to keep in your mind today that the name Kinney is more than a place to go grab Starbucks. Fran Kinney is the greatest educator in the last half century in this entire region, and her imprint is all over this university. I'd like to take one more moment, because Fran was such a believer in the students, to mention one student who's not with us today. She was to be in the class of 2021. Her name is Bianca Roberson. Bianca Roberson's from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Very unfortunately was killed 1 week before she was to come down here with all of you and start as a freshman at orientation. And she was out, and her life was ended that day. And 4 years later now, in the class of 2021, I hope you feel she walks with you. She would have graduated. We're honored to have her family here today. We were able to meet earlier this morning and present Bianca Roberson with an honorary bachelor's degree from your college and your university in psychology and criminal justice. I'd just like to honor them. It's a family of unusual grace and class, and I thank Tom Taggart for making us stay close together. With that, at this time, I'd like to bring forward a great friend and a classmate and a supporter of all of you, the Vice Chairman of our Board of Trustees, to bring welcome from the board, Ms. Cindy Chomiak, a talented entrepreneur in higher education. I can tell you she met her husband, Marty Chomiak, right here, class of '81, in the old Rathskeller on-campus pub. Great way to meet people, get married, and stay together many years. You might care to know that they are members of the Surecliff Circle. That means they've donated to your university to help you out for 38 consecutive years. And I hope you'll join me in welcoming Vice Chairman of our Board of Trustees, a great friend, Ms. Cindy Chomiak. Cindy? Yeah, you have fun.
Thank you, President Cost. And good morning, arts and science graduates and families. It's truly my pleasure to represent your Jacksonville University Board of Trustees in welcoming you to this momentous occasion. For some of you, this has been a long time coming. And I would be remiss if I did not mention the challenges that we've overcome in this past year. But graduates, this day belongs to you and to your families. Your university faculty, staff, administration, and board are also celebrating your hard work, dedication, and success, and are so proud of your resilience. And I think you're going to hear that word a lot today. On behalf of the entire board, I congratulate you on your accomplishments. I thank you for your contributions, and I hope that you will stay involved in your university now and in the future. But today I encourage you to see your life as a journey, a series of decisions that lead you forward through your life after college. It was in 1983 when I was sitting right where you were today. Inflation was rampant, gas lines were long, and we were in the middle of a recession. But when I think back about the challenges of that time, I remember the people at JU, like Fran Kinney, and two of my favorite professors, Dr. Jim November and Dr. Quint White, who prepared me for my life ahead. But the challenges of the early 80s don't compare to the past year and the pandemic we have experienced. We've had more speed bumps than any of us could have expected, and you have continued on with grace and determination. I see it in the smiles on your faces this morning. These are good lessons for the future and for any challenges you face. I encourage you to enjoy your life journey, but also look for adventures that will make that journey more meaningful and fulfilling. It takes risks to be an adventurer, and your time at Jacksonville University has given you the foundation for success and resilience to take those risks. While you were here, you all shaped a future that fit your strengths, your aspirations, your passions. You tried, and maybe in some cases you failed, but you had the whole university behind you to encourage you. Now you are prepared to make your own way in the world with so many opportunities for adventure. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Thank you for being active and impactful ambassadors for your university as you find your place in the world. We wish you exciting and adventurous journeys ahead. Well done, graduates.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you, Marty. It's a wonderful Board of Trustees. They're very happy for you. Now it's a real privilege to introduce to you your Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, one of the most astute and thoughtful campus leaders we have, and a particular favorite among our students, Dr. Matthew Corrigan. Dr. Corrigan, I'll let that happen, Dr. Matthew Corrigan. Now, you don't get to do it twice when he comes up here, you know, but Dr. Corrigan is one of the most recognizable names in our region as an author, an educator, a political scientist, and a respected scholar. He's a nationally renowned expert in American and Southern politics and the American presidency, who's published 4 books and many, many peer-reviewed articles and chapters. Since he joined our university in 2019, he's focused on mentoring you, our students, advocating for the faculty, and strengthening our offerings in the core liberal arts and humanities. You may know he's an engaged public commentator politically who can frequently be heard discussing the state of the issues of the day with great insight on local television and radio. And as a Jacksonville native, he's passionate about creating opportunities for students to remain in Jacksonville after graduation to contribute to the fabric of our local community. A great personal friend, a gentleman we're very pleased to have join us, and your Dean, you may cheer, Dr. Matthew Corrigan.
Thank you, President Koss, for your leadership and your love of this university. We are proud that you are a graduate of the College of Arts and Sciences. Today is a real day of joy. I know the parents in attendance are thrilled to be here. I can assure you your faculty and administration are just as thrilled. This challenging year has shown us the importance of events like today. I want to echo the President, and on this Mother's Day, I want to honor all of our mothers with us. And if they'd like to stand and be recognized, that'd be great.
Thank you. Thank you.
On a personal note, my mother bought me this academic robe when I graduated with my PhD. I think she was concerned I didn't dress particularly well, and she wanted to make sure, at least on graduation day, that I looked okay. I remember her today with her love of education and support for her children. Thank you to the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences here today for their persistence, their ingenuity and care during this pandemic year. The faculty and staff are serious about our responsibility to offer a core in the liberal arts where students learn the essential skills of critical thinking, communication, appreciation of cultures and languages, and scientific discovery. We strive to help our graduates to have a complete education, which helps them to become not only outstanding professionals, but outstanding people as well. Jacksonville University graduates are distinct. They're the people you want as employees, they're the people you want as business owners, they're the people you want as civic leaders. Most importantly, they're the people you want as trusted friends. The students I'm about to recognize after the keynote address have incredible accomplishments, and we're very proud of them. But let me be clear, all of our graduates here today have accomplished a great deal. Your ability to adapt to the largest public health challenge in our nation's history and finish their academic coursework is a monumental feat. We are proud of all of you. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce today our commencement speaker, one of our state's brightest legal minds and a leader who represents Northeast Florida with passion and purpose. State Attorney for the 4th Judicial District, the Honorable Melissa Nelson. I still have more. I got more. Since taking office in 2017, Melissa has implemented a variety of smart justice initiatives and spearheaded modern criminal justice reforms. She established Florida's first conviction integrity review unit, developed a driver's license restoration program, convened the Juvenile Justice Advisory Committee aimed at reducing juvenile recidivism, and launched an academic research study focused on making data-driven decisions. Melissa also applies her skills for various local and national boards, including Jacksonville Sulzbacher Center, Columbia University's Executive Session on the Future of Justice Policy, and the Florida Supreme Court Steering Committee on Problem-Solving Courts. She is also a fellow of the American College of Trial Lawyers, a very prestigious organization. Melissa earned both her undergraduate and law degrees with honors from the University of Florida. We are very fortunate that she's sharing her Mother's Day with us because she has 3 children and her husband, Jason, and they're very engaged members of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming forward your commencement keynote speaker, the Honorable Melissa Nelson.
Last week, my youngest son told me that he'd like to go with me the next time I gave a speech. And I was quite excited and delighted by his interest. And I said, well, you're lucky because in just a couple of days, I'm giving a graduation speech and I've been invited to bring a guest. I'd love to have you with me on Mother's Day. What he really wanted was a trip. He asked me, are you getting there on a plane? And I said, no, I will be driving just across town. He said, okay, Mom, next time. Some of you may be wondering who I am and why I'm here worthy enough to give your commencement address. But here's the truth. Dr. Fauci is giving the commencement addresses for Vanderbilt, Emory, UNC, and Yale. So apparently he was not available today. President Cost, Provost Sapienza, Dean Corrigan, faculty, families, and graduates, I am honored to be with you today. Congratulations. This is an important milestone in your lives. The truth is, I have always loved the season of commencement. On the very same day, you end and you begin. You let go of something and then you land on the doorstep of the next beginning. And while all of you have certainly graduated before, and some of you will yet graduate again, today marks the ending of a moment in your life that can never again be duplicated. A place and a time where you expanded your mind, hopefully made lifelong friends, and paved the path for your future. No doubt you are graduating at an unprecedented time. A pandemic and civil unrest have rocked our country. And as we find ourselves on the other side of these challenges, I'm saddened that it seems we are more polarized than we were just 15 short months ago. A friend of mine, despairing over the state of division in our country recently, said to me, "Thank God for sports." Isn't that the truth? In sport, we lose what divides us in pursuit of a common goal. So over the last couple of months, as I've been thinking about my message to you graduates today, I've been sitting in the stands watching one or the other of my 3 children play either softball or baseball. I've watched each of them make fantastic plays and get great hits. I've also watched them strike out, make errors, hit slumps, and ride the bench. As I've watched and driven them home after both good and bad games, wins and losses, I've contemplated the many life lessons that are part of America's pastime. This morning, I want to talk to you all about some of these life lessons. The reality of failure and fear, the power of a positive mindset, and then I'll leave you with a question. Some of you live in the bucket of planners. You have your future neatly laid out in front of you. You know where you want to work, where you want to live, when you will try for promotion, how much money you want to have in the bank, and how many years. Many others of you may live in the bucket of dreamers. You have no idea what is about to happen to you. Those of you in this bucket might be worried or not. Your parents may be frustrated, or maybe not. Regardless, you don't have the 5, 10-year plan. You might not have the next week plan. So no matter what bucket you're in, plans, kind of plans, or no plans, I doubt any of you today are contemplating the inevitable hardship and failure that undoubtedly lies ahead. You will strike out. No matter how smart, talented, or hardworking you are, the very best players in the game only get on base 3 out of 10 times. Ted Williams, considered the finest hitter ever, had a lifetime batting average less than 400. And so for you liberal arts majors, and I was one too, that means he was successful less than half the time. And just like in baseball, sometimes you will experience slumps where things go off the rails and can't seem to get back on track. Johnny Bench, considered the greatest catcher of all time, described the slump. Slumps are like a soft bed, easy to get into and hard to get out of. And this is true. Life is neither linear nor fair. The most perfectly curated plans will not turn out perfect or as planned. In fact, the story of the curveball is the story of the game, and some say of life itself. But here's the thing. There is always another at-bat, another day, another chance. That is until there's not, which I'll get to later. A few years ago, I read a piece in the Wall Street Journal explaining that social scientists believe that overcoming hardship gives strength, leads to later success and health. How you deal with the strikeouts and the slumps may indeed actually define your life. In my job, I recruit and hire people, and sometimes I have to fire people. Through this process, I have come to value a single attribute, perhaps to the exclusion of any other, and it is optimism. Some call it attitude, others resilience. It is a positive state of mind. Some of us are literally wired to view the world through a certain lens, either negatively or positively. I'm married to a man who always sees the glass half full. He fundamentally believes the universe is working in his favor over and again, and it seems it is. We roll into a packed parking lot. I'm worried about where we'll park, and right there up front is a spot. It seems to happen a lot for him. But for those of us, like myself, who don't jump out of bed ready to seize the day, we can discipline our outlook to see the good instead of bad. The first black pitcher in the American League, Satchel Paige, said, "Never let your head hang down. Never give up and sit down and grieve. Find another way." Last week, I interviewed a woman whose young life had been marred with heartache and hardship. Frankly, such real tragedies that I was overwhelmed during our interview. As a child, she became acquainted with the pain of addiction and mental illness, and consequently had been taking care of herself since a tender age. Despite her struggles, she earned a scholarship to college. She worked full-time while there. She put herself through law school, but then she had to leave law school to return home and care for her dying father. She lost her brother, whom she considered her best friend in life, shortly after her father's death. When I asked how she had accomplished what she had on her own and all the while alone, she told me her father had a mantra from a popular children's book that has resonated in her head on her hardest of days. Over, under, through, there is always a way. This young woman was nothing short of amazing in my eyes, but simply stated she was resilient, is resilient, and she made up her mind. her mind to be so. Every day offers us a new opportunity to find a way, our way. Babe Ruth said, "Never allow the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." A few years ago, I decided to run for elected office, and making the choice was not easy. People I cared about told me I shouldn't do it and I wouldn't win, and I was afraid. And I was struggling with the decision. My daughter, who was just 9 at the time, had overheard me discussing the decision, and she asked me, "If you think it's the right thing to do, why wouldn't you do it?" Was my answer to her going to be because I was scared? At some point in our lives, between the time we were the fearless child we all once were and the adults we become, we learn to hold back, to hesitate, and to doubt. And why? Because we're afraid of failing. We tell ourselves we're not good enough, fast enough, smart enough. We make constant assumptions about the other guy, assessments about the situation, and predictions about the results. Now I realize this is not all of us. I'm always in awe of that person, and you know that guy who goes through life really honestly believing that he is the best and greatest at everything. That guy, what a way to live life. But for the rest of you, what might you do if you were not afraid to fail? Obviously, the outcome when I ran for office is what I fought for, but I'll tell you, it was the journey, stepping out despite being afraid, not the victory, that has changed me as a person. Living truer, braver, and bolder is a challenge for all of you. As sure as I am as you will strike out, I also know you'll get on base. Maybe through your hard work, or maybe even sometimes simply because of luck. You could walk, or get hit by the ball, or even make it to first because of a drop third strike. Your president, Tim Cost, obviously is well acquainted with success, but he too knows baseball success. He pitched a 9-inning no-hitter for the Dolphins when he was a freshman, a long time ago. Coach Hayes this week actually sent me the record page from March 4th, 1978. A record since then that has never been beat. I've been told that when President Cost tells the story of that day, he talks too about how scared he was. But despite his uncertainty, he accomplished something that no one has accomplished since. And though baseball stats are kept separately from the softball stats, this past February, one of your own classmates, senior Alyssa Bilodeau, also pitched a no-hitter for the Lady Dolphins. These feats are remarkable, but neither President Cost or Alyssa could have achieved them but for others, but for the catcher behind the plate and their teammates in the field. So the lesson: do not forget that whatever success you ultimately enjoy, it will not be because of you alone. In the immediate moment, it may be because of the team around you, but it is also due in part to the people, many of whom are here today to celebrate you, who paved a path for you, fought for your freedom, taught you, coached you, prayed for you, cheered you, mentored you, and believed in you. Just as you will be faced with big decisions about what to do, and you will wrestle with fear, you're also going to be faced with situations where you might just simply be unsure of yourself. A party or a room full of people you don't know, a job interview, a first-time board meeting, or a date. You will likely not remember much of what I say today, but if you take one thing today from this talk, and this is for all of you, smile. A warm smile goes a long way to knocking fear out of the game. A smile is a symbol of our shared humanity. It is both disarming and heartwarming at the same time, and it conveys kindness. Importantly, it causes a reciprocal action. At the same time that a smile makes you feel better, it makes someone else feel better too. And you don't need to rely on just me for this, because I Googled it and found that it's actually true. A smile calms your nervous system and lifts your mood, and just like yawning, it is contagious and can lift the moods of the people around you. It can also make you appear younger and thinner, and even increase the span of your life. So here's a confession. I'm terrible at smiling, especially when I'm nervous. I've been accused of being too serious. My husband routinely tells me I jumped right into adulthood and skipped childhood. I've also been told that I have a bad habit of purportedly always looking angry, and my critics don't believe me when I try to tell them it's just my face. So, in preparation for imparting this advice to you today, I've been smiling to complete strangers, from my car when I'm driving, while on my runs, and so far I'm batting 1,000%. Every single stranger has smiled back at me. You see, the third law of motion in physics is that all of your actions are creating equal and opposite reactions. So simply put, what you give comes back to you. As you leave here today, all of you have a task at hand. When you make eye contact with a stranger, as you leave the parking lot this morning, wait in line for your table today, tomorrow at the grocery store, in church, walking down the street, smile at the stranger you see. And just see what happens in response. And remember this nugget the next time you're in that uncomfortable space. I promise this is a life hack that works. And if for some reason it doesn't, forgive the person who stares back at you and doesn't smile. Maybe they just think you're a little crazy. I recently read a book on my 7th graders' reading list, Fahrenheit 451. Similar to your educational journey to seek truth, the story's main character travels a journey from unknowing to knowing. And there was a passage that struck me, and when I read it, I knew I must close my talk to you today with this. Everyone must leave something behind when he dies. A child, or a book, or a painting, or a house, or a wall built, or a pair of shoes made, or a garden planted. Something your hand touched, some way so your soul has somewhere to go when you die. And when people look at that tree, or that flower you planted, you're there. It doesn't matter what you do. So long as you change something from the way it was before, you touched it into something that's like you after you take your hands away. The difference between the man who just cuts lawns and a real gardener is in the touching. The lawn cutter might just as well not have been there at all. The gardener will be there for a lifetime. This passage speaks to a truth every single one of us here today share. Each of us are going to die. When and how may be a mystery for us, and what happens to our souls after remains a matter of faith, but without mistake, we all will die. There will come the last at bat. In the end, it's not the honors, the prizes, or the fancy outsides of life which ultimately nourish our souls. A statement from Mr. Rogers, it is the seeds we sow in our garden. And for those seeds to grow, they need light. This university's motto, Fiat Lux, let there be light. We may have no choice in how we die, but we do have a choice in how we live. That is in how we treat others, in how we conquer our fears, deal with our failures, and in choosing what we will touch and change. And so the question I leave you all today, graduates, is this: how do you want to live? Each of you, all of you, stand to make a difference in your chosen professions, in your neighborhoods, in your homes, in the life of an elder person, the life of a child, or even a simple stranger, and by extension in the world that all of us here today share. You, your life, and how you live it is your choice. My grandfather carried a poem in his wallet all of his life, and when he died, my grandmother made a copy of it, and I too have carried it in mine since his death 24 years ago. The author is unknown, and I've no idea when or where my grandfather saw the poem. The poem has no title, but in his own beautiful cursive, my grandfather wrote, "Man shall always be the master of his own destiny." Your life, your destiny is indeed up to you. A little more kindness, a little less creed, a little more giving, a little less greed, a little more smile, a little less frown, a little less kicking a man when he's down, a little more we, a little less I, a little more laugh, a little less cry, a little more flowers on the pathway of life and fewer on graves at the end of the strife. Graduates, if you choose to live as a gardener, see the glass half full, smile, and know that you can figure it out over, under, or through, then one day, hopefully many years from now, when you're looking back instead of ahead, after you've both struck out and made it on base, you will know that for something you touched, you made our world a better place, and that because of this, you indeed were a light. God bless you. God bless your families. Congratulations.
Thank you, State Attorney Nelson, for reminding us of the power of positivity and advocating for the issues that matter to the most of us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Melissa Nelson. All right, let's recognize some students. I'm pleased now to undertake an important commencement tradition, recognizing a number of our most accomplished students. First, I'd like to direct your attention to page 6 in your program, to the names of the many student award recipients who were formally celebrated earlier this week by their respective colleges, schools, and institutes. These individuals have excelled academically and distinguished themselves as leaders during their time on campus. Please join me in congratulating each one of these talented and capable men and women. At this time, we recognize the extraordinary graduates of our college who are receiving 2 premier university awards: the President's Award for Outstanding Leadership and the Fred B. Noble Gold Medal for Scholarship. These are real Renaissance citizens who really have a wide berth of interests and serve their community. When each recipient is announced, we ask you to stand and be recognized. For the President's Award for Outstanding Leadership, it's presented annually in recognition of student leadership, character, academic performance, and service. Our 2020 undergraduate recipient is receiving his bachelor's degree in biology this morning and was recently accepted to several prestigious dental schools. He doesn't want me to read all this, but I'm going to read all this because he deserves it. He is a young man of tremendous character who is involved in a variety of organizations on campus and held leadership roles in almost all of them, including head tutor at the Academic Support Center, president of the JU Medical Professional Society, president of the Green Key Honor Society, president of the Beta Beta Honor Society, president of the Omicron Delta Kappa Honor Society, founder and president of the JU Paintball Club, that's my personal favorite, treasurer of Le Cercle Francophone, student representative for the Pre-Health Committee, a member of the President's Leadership Advisory Council, 2019 Student Leader of the Year, and a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. Recognized today for his collegial approach and creativity, please join me in congratulating Mr. Francis Alip. Francis? If that keeps up, there may be another president to add. Next, we recognize academic excellence in memory of the late Fred B. Noble, one of the founders of Jacksonville University, an original trustee who built a successful business career before he returned to our university to formally earn his degree here. He walked in this very ceremony, completing his bachelor's degree at age 84 and his master's of arts in teaching in 1974 at the age of 91, which is a great example of lifelong learning. The Fred B. Noble Gold Medal for Scholarship, first awarded in 1957, goes to students who have earned their highest grade point average in their graduating class. This year, we celebrate 3 seniors, each graduating summa cum laude, each with a perfect 4.0, which is a remarkable achievement, especially because our faculty have very high standards and don't give out a lot of A's. So it's a very impressive accomplishment. I won't mention names. We ask these students to stand and be recognized as their names are called. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Noble Gold Medal honorees. Receiving his Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Patrick Farrell. Patrick? Receiving his Bachelor of Science in Sociology and Psychology, he's known as Michael, but the correct pronunciation, I believe, is Michele Giunti. Michele. And we'll hear more about him later. In receiving her Bachelor of Science in Biology, Marlena Ashley Warren. Marlena. We invite our recipients to please come forward at the end of our ceremony this morning to the Alumni tent at the rear of Howard Building to receive your well-earned reward. Now I am pleased to announce our College of Arts and Sciences Students of the Year. The Student of the Year award is bestowed each year on the graduating senior who excels both in academics and in leadership opportunities in our college. And our faculty leaders weigh in on who should get this award. Our Students of the Year were appropriately honored earlier this week at our College of Arts and Sciences award ceremony. We asked them to stand to be recognized when their names are called. The 2020 College of Arts and Sciences Student of the Year will look familiar to you. He holds 5 presidencies. His academic prowess and contributions to our university are second to none, and we are pleased to recognize him again with the highest honor awarded by our college. Please join me in recognizing our 2020 Student of the Year, Mr. Francis Alip. Our 2021 College of Arts and Science Student of the Year is graduating summa cum laude with a double major in sociology and psychology and minors in criminal justice, community service learning, and Spanish. In 2020, he co-authored 2 papers with Professor of Sociology, Dr. Laura Atkins. He is active in a variety of campus organizations, including serving as Green Key Vice President, Resident Hall Association Treasurer, Student Government Association Senator, and as a member of the International Student Organization. There's more. He's also Circle Green and Gold member, Psi Phi, Phi Kappa Phi, and is on the Jacksonville University rowing team, another great athlete. He has been accepted to Georgetown University to complete his master's in public policy, and he's also going to go on for his PhD. Please join me in recognizing our 2021 Student of the Year, Michele Giunti. Michele. I need to get busier. Congratulations to all of our award recipients today and throughout this week. You truly personify the best attributes of our college and university. At this time, I'd like to introduce a colleague and a friend whose enthusiasm, skill, and dedication are leading the impressive academic progress on the campus. And she was our resolute leader during this difficult academic year. She is world-renowned in the field of communication science and disorders and speech pathology as an inventor, educator, author, and researcher. Please, to our faculty, please welcome Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Christine Sapienza.
Good morning to all. Thank you, Dean Corrigan, for the introduction and for your leadership to our College of Arts and Sciences. Will members of the College of Arts and Sciences please stand? Just the faculty. But that was good. That was good. We're all one group, right? We're all one group. Faculty, my sincere gratitude and deepest admiration for your incredible contributions that have led to our students this day, graduation. My sincere admiration for you. To our gathered guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is a devoted group of educators, counselors, researchers, and practitioners who work tirelessly to ensure the success of our students. Their persistence in this face of unprecedented challenges during the past year has benefited our students immensely. Please join me in recognizing and thanking them for their continued commitment to excellence. Faculty, please be seated. Thank you. Each year, a member of the Jacksonville University faculty who embodies the ideals of the university as a stellar teacher and scholar is selected by their faculty peers. The faculty member is given the honorary title Professor of the Year. Our 2020 Professor of the Year is a dedicated associate professor, a voice in our Linda Berry Stein College of Fine Arts. She is an award-winning performer and author and regularly directs our highly regarded student musical theater productions. As a director, she focuses on archival research to bring her shows and characters to life. We are grateful for her talents, making our campus a more lively, musical place. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing our 2020 Professor of the Year, Professor Kimberly Beasley. Congratulations, Kimberly. Our 2021 Professor of the Year is a talented associate professor of your own College of Arts and Sciences in the Department of Mathematics, and he is the director of our university's Honors and Scholars Program. His expertise in topology, data science, and data security helped launch our data science programs, and he is helping to propel our mathematics and data science graduates into important careers in cutting-edge fields like the health sciences, financial services, and logistics management. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing our 2021 Professor of the Year, Dr. Daniel Mosley. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you, Provost Sapienza. Congratulations to all the students who were just recognized, and as Dean Corrigan said, congratulations to everyone for your achievement. To the faculty, thank you. To Kim Beasley and Dan Mosley, we don't do it any better than that. I congratulate you both. I thank you for your scholarship, and it says a lot about this university that an opera star and a data scientist in back-to-back years would be recognized for excellence. So congratulations and thank you. If it's agreeable to the group now, and we'll find out if it is, it's time for the conferring of degrees. Is that all right? I'll take that as a yes. And since you've all practiced standing, wait a minute, we'll do it again for real in just a second, all right? It is now my pleasure to initiate the conferring of degrees to our bachelor's and master's candidates for both the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, and to our 6 dual degree candidates who are receiving both a bachelor's and a master's degree this morning. I invite our audience to pay special attention now for the next half hour or so to the cords and stoles that are around the necks of our graduates as they move across the stage. Our students earn these emblems of recognition and achievement for academic performance, for athletic performance, and from their student organizations from which they dedicated their time and talents throughout the campus, including many of them leaders here today. In addition, each graduating student who's already invested financially in their alma mater through the Nellie Support Fund for other students, through the JU Scholarship Fund for other students, or directly into their college or their sport or their organization is wearing a tri-colored cord representing their spirit of philanthropy. I think it's noteworthy for all the friends and family here that your sons and daughters would give money forward to other students who might be in need during a pandemic. It's remarkable. These cords represent our students' commitment to being involved in shaping the life of this university. And we are prepared to move ahead. Dr. Sapienza, are you ready? Try that same question.
I'm going to do it again. Now, would all degree candidates please stand? Mr. President, it is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the university faculties to certify that these bachelor degree candidates, master degree candidates, and dual degree candidates have met or are scheduled to meet all requirements for their respective degrees and to present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
Thank you, Provost Sapienza. by the authority granted to Jacksonville University by virtue of its charter and articles of incorporation, according to the laws of the state of Florida, I have received the recommendations of your faculty, who in solemn session have declared each one of you worthy of your degrees and have recommended the granting of such degrees. So, by virtue of my authority as president, delegated by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each one of you the bachelor's degree, the master's degree, or the dual degree from Jacksonville University with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Jacksonville University, class of 2020 and class of 2021, it is now time to turn your tassels to the left and allow me to be the first to say, congratulations, you are now graduates of Jacksonville University. And you may be seated. Will the marshals now escort our graduates by row to the platform? Graduates, please note, consistent with all of our efforts to keep you safe and your family safe, we won't be doing the traditional grip and grin and handshake. There are scrolls here. As you give your card and name and walk up, please take a scroll. You'll come to a big circle that says, "Stop here for photo." Consider taking that as a bit of guidance from the president. If you stop there for your photo, the photographers are ready and you make your way. The dean and the provost and the president will be here. So we want to keep you safe today. All right? So why don't we move ahead? Continuing along JU tradition, we also invite all family members respectfully to stand as their graduate is announced. I'm pleased to recognize our readers today, Dr. Julius Demps, Professor of Management in the Davis College of Business, and Ms. Alana Forte, Senior Vice President for People and Culture, Chief Compliance Officer and Legal Counsel. Dr. Demps and Ms. Forte, are you ready?
We are,
Let
sir.
us begin the graduation ceremony. Enjoy, everyone.
Now we present the Naval ROTC graduates. Colin Jackson Gallo, magna cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Spencer Michael Cuttajar, cum laude.
Destiny Felice Beatty.
Vanessa Nicole Rodriguez, magna cum laude.
Brooke Elaine Disher.
Julia Brumer.
We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2020 bachelor's degrees. Anna Raquel Tripp, magna cum laude, University Honors.
Daniel M. Combs, magna cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Walter Edward Mers, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Crandall Maines.
Laciana Lucy Malatumau.
Anya Amoy Plummer.
Grace Yvonne Bertrand.
Melissa Noel Peabody.
Caitlin Amber Yates.
Artilius B. Holmes II.
Trixie May Tan Ramos, cum laude.
Brett A. Gearhart.
Natasha Alexis Owens.
Natalie Grace Jessamine.
Analagra T. Brown.
Majanis Idreline Ruiz, cum laude, University Honors.
Sydney Ray Balter.
Deanne Margaret Sari, magna cum laude, University Honors.
Gabrielle Alexis Morgan.
Aaron Marshall DeChico, magna cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Austin Caleb Wakeham.
Joseph Dylan Busher.
Congratulations.
Abrielle Joy Janest, summa cum laude.
Victoria R. Rodrigo.
Audrey Susanna Penny.
Cameron Grace Nooner.
Lauren Mackenzie Brown, magna cum laude.
Brianna Purston Anderson.
Hope Noel Van Cura.
Renata Bartat Biello.
Latoya Anika Stevenson.
Annalise Nichelle Papo Ramsey.
Jasmine Rockwell O'Neill.
Kelsey Krebs.
Helena Marguerite Claudio. This concludes the class of 2020 bachelor's graduates. We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2020 dual degree graduates.
Margaret Joseph McLeod Coyle, summa cum laude.
Roger Palmer, Phi Kappa Phi. We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2021 bachelor's degrees.
Antonio N. Espinoza, magna cum laude.
Nathan Hurst Ikeda, magna cum laude, university honors.
Latavia Vontrell Cummings.
Jada Michelle Glenn, cum laude, university honors.
Rose Louise Nesbitt, summa cum laude.
Sierra Margaret DiBenuto Wyeth, magna cum laude.
Barbara Victoria Guerin, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2020 master's graduates. Sherry Leonard Weber.
Nicole Perry.
Javon S. Knight.
Teresa Gregoria Rizzo Sanders, Phi Kappa Phi.
Laurel Jacqueline Wainwright.
Jennifer White, Phi Kappa Phi.
Savannah Marie Sizer, Phi Kappa Phi.
Jennifer Hess John, Phi Kappa Phi.
This concludes the class of 2020 master's graduates. We now present the bachelors of the 2021 class graduates.
Elizabeth Marie Florida, cum laude, university honors.
Gibson Grace Arias.
Don't forget Summa University. What's that? Summa University. Summa University, yeah. Summa University.
Okay. Francis Lanos Alip, Phi Kappa Phi, Sumos University.
Laura Maria Barrios.
Trevor Marquez Graham.
Donroy R. Hall.
Kristen Louise Haycock, magna cum laude.
Caleb Dylan Laycock.
David Alejandro Perez, magna cum laude.
Christopher Andrew Keener.
Ian Mark Hunter.
Adam Franciszek Jakubski, summa cum laude, university honors.
Jamesia Shauna Brazil.
Amber Yolanda Bender.
Olivia Marie Gerlach.
Callie Ann Miller.
Alessandra Ravelo Zuniga, magna cum laude.
Jeremy Alexander Winston.
Emily Jane Muller, cum laude.
Tyler Scott Morris.
John Lukajovic.
Colin P. Hinton.
William Spencer Shane Berkeley, cum laude.
Jack Goodwin.
Jack Benjamin Dolan, magna cum laude.
William Michael Dean, magna cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Griffin N. Corbett.
Casey Eileen Sullivan, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Megan Kathleen Prescott, cum laude.
Jennifer Lynn Kinsey, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Mia F. Suppley, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Julia Violet Colderman.
Tyra Tamara Gaston. Just waiting. Sean Renee Muffett, magna cum laude. And now, a fifth-year starter from Tallinn, Connecticut, Senior Vice President and your Director of Jacksonville University Athletics, Alexander Rickard Gilbert.
Aja Sakor.
Elena Nicole McCants.
Dafkar L. Charles.
Nathaniel Scott Peck, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Ray Vargo.
Emma Jones Wood, magna cum laude, University Honors.
Jordan Thomas Ward, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Kylie Hope McHugh.
Dorian Sullivan.
Joseph Levin Brown.
Christopher Allen Doty Jr.
Emma Grace Wisdom, cum laude, University Honors.
Desiree M. Russell.
Caitlin Ronnie Keat, cum laude, University Honors.
Sophia Neelan Tial.
Giselle Moreno.
Bobby Lindy Paffel, magna cum laude.
Tatiana Levette Hudson.
Fanticus Charlene McNair, magna cum laude.
Cassandra Diane Hall, cum laude.
Stephanie Jessica Rizzo, Phi Kappa Phi.
Alexandria Caitlin Wilson.
Ana Cecilia Estevez.
Michelle A. Owen Lopez.
Alexandra Lee Swift.
Ramora Rojas Pena, magna cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Erin Kathleen Seaton.
Myasia Reyes.
Nicole Mary Torres.
Yaswara Miranda.
Nicholas Duke.
Tamara Tashandra Scantlebury.
Davina William Garnu.
Tanisha Nasha Green II.
Vasco Sanders Jr.
Thais M. Flowers.
Benjamin McKissick Awley.
Logan Marie Brickhouse.
Say it again. Andre Acosta Guaragna.
Alfonso Garcia Bringas Rivera.
Tyler J. Dix.
Ladio Marius T'Challa.
Connor Matthew Nagel cum laude.
Sir. Ayobimidel Chilope Sagbasan, magna cum laude, University Honors.
Samuel Miguel Brannigan.
Emily Marie Lavoie Ingram, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Rachel E. Weiss, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Jaron Claude Serrano.
Alexis N. Smith, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Hannah Van Kuren, magna cum laude.
Aaron William Floyd.
Michael Gonzalez.
Harley Diane Boone.
Aaron Walker Henry.
Eduardo Alejandro Cordero.
Laura Elizabeth Minton.
Christopher Eric Hansen.
Desiree Mitchell Marie Mitchell.
Jenna Mae Thompson, magna cum laude.
Ren Harmison, summa cum laude.
Stephen James Wiley.
Sorian Adenijad, Phi Kappa Phi.
Kayla Takia Imani McGee, cum laude.
Sienna I. Thomas.
Elisa Ann Martin.
Heather Marie Lemon.
Haley Nicole Cunningham.
Jessica Latrice Swint.
Kayla Dion Moore Deal, magna cum laude.
Gianna Alyssa Hayes.
Keandra LaShawn Payne.
Camilla Regine Addison.
Jada Jolene Perry.
Andy Rosen.
Denisha Davidson, cum laude.
Caitlin Marie Hearn, magna cum laude.
Christina Marie Pardo, magna cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Shanritz May, Rose Nett.
Olivia Grace Doherty.
Dawson R. Kuhn, cum laude.
Emily Elizabeth Pickerel.
Cassidy Grace Jeffries, cum laude.
Richard T. Nauman.
Jana Elise Gaskins, cum laude.
Sarah May Bogus, cum laude.
Amelia Pauline Morgan Reynolds.
Lauren A. Palomino, magna cum laude, University Honors.
Michele Junte, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Luca Yevtich.
Patrick Reardon Farrell, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Derica Cachet Reed.
Caleb Gill.
Hunter Thomas McVeigh, cum laude.
Nicole Sophie Linger, cum laude.
Sarah Adams Bradley.
Danielle Hanning Bean.
Grace Ann Bevilacqua.
Morgan Ashley Colson.
Megan M. Thomas, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Mackenzie Lauren Cooper, magna cum laude.
Miracle Alexandria Caldwell.
Alon Ferris, cum laude.
Paulo Fernandez Everada, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Armani LeBlanc, summa cum laude, Phi Kappa Phi.
Matthew David Wall.
Hannah Danielle Grin, cum laude.
Marley Wilson Casapino, summa cum laude, University Honors, Phi Kappa Phi.
Victor Devon Anderson.
Drazen Dwayne Parson.
Kendra Danielle Moody.
Amira Jackson.
Nija Collins Nuajun.
Yao Win.
This concludes the class of 2021 bachelor's graduates. We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2021 master's graduates.
T. William Anderson, Jr.
Hayden Lynn Garza.
Brittany Marie Howe.
Megan Larissa Meyer.
Stephen R. Eager.
Christian Lariosa Harvey.
Beth Dixon, Phi Kappa Phi.
Kelsey Renee Cox, University Honors.
Chad Cundy.
Is it Laban?
Anthony T.J. Pardella, Phi Kappa Phi.
Jenna Dawn Blyler.
Ashley Lauren Barr.
Callan Jane Kelly.
Janice M. Lewis Small.
Karen L. Barajas, Phi Kappa Phi.
Deirdre S. Baker.
Latarsha Janetta Stallworth.
Nicolette Sylvia Stanley, Phi Kappa Phi.
Alicia Williams.
Jason Spahn, Phi Kappa Phi. This concludes the class of 2021 master's graduates. We now present the College of Arts and Sciences 2021 dual degree graduates receiving a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education and a Master of Education in Elementary Education.
Caitlin Elizabeth Gear.
Brian E. Gamble. This concludes the class of 2021 dual degree graduates.
Does this conclude the...
Thank you, Dr. Demps. Thank you, Ms. Forte. Thank you, Dr. Sapienza. And congratulations, Dean Corrigan. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you for the first time the Jacksonville University College of Arts and Sciences class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Congratulations, all. Great accomplishment. An important moment in one of the most meaningful Jacksonville University commencement traditions that we have is to honor the graduates who will later today also be commissioned as officers in the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. Since 1971, Jacksonville University's Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps has forged a strong bond between the university and Jacksonville's military community, making our NROTC unit one of the finest in the country. We're also proud that since its inception, this unit has provided more than 1,700 exemplary ensigns and second lieutenants for duty as officers in the United States Navy and the United States Marine Corps. Now we're pleased to recognize the pending commissions of these dedicated young women and men who also received their bachelor's degrees today. Conducting this solemn ceremony now is Captain Dan Gillen, terrific gentleman, commanding officer of our unit and a veteran naval surface warfare officer himself, with numerous command tours to his name. He graduated first with his political science degree from the University of Wisconsin before commissioning through NROTC and has served on multiple ships deployed at sea and led operations onshore for the Navy during his 30 years of service. Captain Gillen and his teams have deployed all over the world, including completing exercises in the Baltic Sea, participating in Iraq missile strikes, and supporting the fight against ISIL in Iraq and Syria. Onshore, he has served in the Pentagon in ship acquisition and later directed naval operations in the Caribbean, Central, and South America. Amidst his many service tours, Captain Gillen also earned a master's degree in management from the Naval Postgraduate School and a master's in strategic studies from the Air War College. Earlier in his career, Captain Gillen commanded a cruiser here in Jacksonville, and we're grateful he has chosen to return here to finish his naval career. This is important business. Please join me in welcoming forward our NROTC commanding officer to present our officer candidates. Join me in welcoming Captain Dan Gillen. Captain Gillen.
Thank you, President Cost. Gunnery Sergeant Amata, present the commissionees. As a commanding officer of the Jacksonville University Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps unit, it is my honor to present these officers. Later this afternoon, they will take the oath of office and swear their allegiance to our nation and to our Constitution. At that time, they will be presented their commission from the President of the United States, as commissioned officers have been presented since 1775. Their commission reads as follows. The President of the United States of America, to all who shall seat these presents greeting, know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of the named officers, I do appoint them ensigns in the United States Navy and second lieutenants in the United States Marine Corps, to rank as such from the 9th day of May, 2021. This officer will therefore carefully and diligently discharge the duties of the office to which appointed by doing and performing all manner of things thereunto belonging. And I do strictly charge and require those officers and their personnel of lesser rank to render such obedience as to do an officer of this grade and position. And this officer is to observe and follow such orders and directions from time to time as may be given by the President of the United States of America or other superior officers, acting in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. This commission is to continue in force during the pleasure of the President of the United States of America under the provisions of those public laws relating to officers and the armed forces of the United States of America and the component thereof in which this appointment is made. Done at the City of Washington, this 9th day of May in the year of our Lord, 2021, and of the independence of the United States of America, and 244th by the President Joseph R. Biden, Jr. Congratulations and Godspeed. Gunnery Sergeant Amata, take charge of the commissionees.
Aye, aye, sir. Detail, center, base.
Thank you so much for supporting your classmates. I know that means a lot to them. Thank you, Captain Gilland, and warmest congratulations to our tremendous NROTC graduates. At this time, we'd also like to recognize our university's extended military family, including these fine graduates, along with 248 active duty U.S. military reservists and veterans, and 152 other military-affiliated students currently enrolled at this university. They represent the embodiment of our university's commitment to excellence in service. I invite everyone in the audience today who has served in any branch of the United States military to please stand and let us recognize you. Thank you so much for your service to our country and for your sacrifices to ensure the freedoms that we enjoy today. And now, since you are now officially alumni, we need to welcome you. As we welcome the class of 2020 and the class of 2021 into the ranks of our nearly 4,000 alumni around the world, our next speaker exemplifies the passion and positive impact of the JU Dolphin Alumni Network. Frank Mante is a certified financial planner at Mante & Company Insurance and Financial Services. He's a very active member of the Jacksonville community. He serves as the chair of our College Arts and Sciences Advisory Board, helping to match the offerings and experiences for our students with real-world professional opportunities upon graduation. Frank attended JU through our NROTC program, graduating with his bachelor's degree in international studies, followed by a commission into the United States Navy. He served our country honorably for 7 years. Then he founded his own financial services practice. Thanks to his integrity, work ethic, and commitment to serving his clients, Frank was inducted into the Prudential Advisors President's Council, which recognizes professionals who have demonstrated outstanding performance and commitment to helping clients achieve their goals. Frank is an energetic supporter of Dolphin Athletics and a member of our Alumni Honor Roll of Donors. Please help me bring forward to deliver the alumni welcome, JU Class of 1988, Mr. Frank Mante. Frank? Thanks so much.
Congratulations, Class of 2020 and 2021. This has been a lot of fun. Can we do it again? No? Okay, all right. I know it's time to go. It's getting a little warm out here. Well, you all are very excited, and you deserve to be. This has been an exciting time these past 4 years for you, and you have an exciting future ahead. As a matter of fact, you might also be a little nostalgic at this point for the time you've had here at Jacksonville University. You know who else is excited for you? Your parents. The loved ones out here who have come to see you, who have taken care of you for 20 plus years, and now have to set you free. So let's give them a big round of applause and congratulations too as well. In addition to your parents are your professors. They're sharing your enthusiasm about your future. They have taught countless students, but yet, especially during this past year, made sure you counted. They've been innovative in their outreach, creative in their approaches, and dedicated every day. Let's give them a warm round of applause and congratulations as well. Now it's time for change and continuity. My graduation ceremony occurred under these very oak trees in 1988. As a midshipman, I had exciting visions of the future ahead. I felt the accomplishment of being the first college graduate in my family. I also felt the responsibility to take what I learned at JU and not only do well for myself, but well for others. Much has changed since then, yet enduring qualities that I learned here at JU have lasted. Commitment to others is a constant value in a changing world. My international studies professor, Dr. Sullivan, was my mentor. The Political Science Society was putting on an event that I was in charge of overseeing. The morning of the event, the out-of-town guest speaker called and canceled. In a panic, I went to Dr. Sullivan and said, we have to cancel the event. The speaker's not coming. He said, no, you have to regroup, rethink, and make your commitment to the community. Well, we got together with the other members of society and we were able to locate another speaker and hold the event. And despite my initial concerns, the event was a big success. Commitment to others matters. Excellence was another value I learned at JU. Always be your best. I was in my Calculus 2 class with Dr. Kung. We were taking a 3-question test. I felt very confident about getting another A. Well, much to my surprise, I didn't. On the last step of the last question, I made a simple math error and earned a C. I protested Dr. Kung. I said, Dr. Kung, it was just one simple error. He said, wrong answer, and the bridge falls down. Excellence matters all the time, especially in your attitude. Relationship and service to others, they go hand in hand. JU, especially under the vision and leadership of President Cost, has imbued the university with this sense of purpose. Whether you've been a Greek, involved in a service organization, part of an honor society mentoring others, you have learned this valuable lesson. Helping others is the greatest calling you could have. Whatever success I've had in business is because first I seek to understand what is the need the person has and how I can help. Keep nurturing the relationships you have formed at JU, and especially with your alma mater. You are sitting next to your medical professional, your child's teacher, the pilot that will transport you on your business trip to meet the classmate who is now a CEO. You are friends with the engineer that can build the bridge, the creative that will provide you joy, and the warrior that will defend your freedom. As a matter of fact, you may have built the most lasting relationship while attending JU. I know I did, when as a midshipman on a foreign exchange cruise to Chile, I met this beautiful brunette, and 30 years ago and 1 month, she said I do to me. She's a fantastic mother, an awesome businesswoman, and I'm blessed to be her husband. Thank you. JU values your relationship and needs your service to continue. After all, you're about to become gold, a graduate of the last decade. As a gold alumni, you have the opportunity to shape JU's mission in the decades ahead. The world will change many times over, yet decades from now, these oaks will still be here. The values you learned at JU will also continue on and further the next generations to come. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I welcome you to the alumni family. We are happy to celebrate you, proud to have you, and willing to help you achieve success in your life's journey. God bless you and your endeavors. Thank you.
Great stuff, Frank. Thank you very much. Frank Mainte, Class of 1988. Congratulations on all your successes, Frank. Graduates, in just a very short moment, we're going to invite you to get on with your life. We invite all the graduates, all the families, and all the friends, as soon as we conclude in a moment, to please feel free to stay today and celebrate for a while. The dolphin statues are here for photographs. You're going to be invited to come on up here for pictures in front of the flags if you like. The waterfront is nearby. These historic grounds now for the rest of your life is your home. You'll always be invited here, not just for homecoming, but for everything that's significant in your life and the life of the university. So if you'd all please go to page 4 if you can, and it's time for us for the singing of the alma mater. Joining us forward here to lead us in the alma mater, if you would all please stand and remain standing for both the alma mater and the benediction. I'm pleased to bring forward JU Class of 2021, Taylor Covington, to lead us in the singing of our alma mater.
On the banks of the white St. John's stands our
Thank you very much. And now, while we're all still standing for our benediction, could I bring back Mr. Francis Sala? Francis.
Do we have a... Perfect, thank you. Friends, as we go forth from this celebration, may the joy and hope of this moment serve and guide you to find a lighted path in our world. Remember the power of positive intent and timely action in a world that is full of challenges and therefore full of opportunity. Use your many talents to create meaningful relationships, build communities, and spread compassion. And always come safely back to your JU family with pride and peace in your hearts. Congratulations.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Francis. Graduates, now as you go out into your world and ours, we ask of you one thing: seek and achieve your full potential. You have extraordinary gifts and extraordinary opportunity. You have the grit and the talent and the preparation to make us all better. Go with confidence and ascend to your rightful place. Ladies and gentlemen, warmest congratulations and a good morning to you all. We are concluded. Good day.